Now on Coast TV News.
Carbon monoxide leak.
The alarm started screaming.
4 people in the hospital, what the Ocean City Fire Department is saying.
Stop building.
Really devastating. It's really sad.
More than 2,000 people demand a pause on Sussex County development.
Pot sales begin. Delaware's recreational marijuana market now open. What you need to know before you buy.
This is Coast TV News at 6.
A monoxide leak at this hotel. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 6. We begin tonight with new information on the patients and the cause of a carbon monoxide leak in Ocean City.
On your screen now is the location of the Ashore Resort and Beach Club in Ocean City on Coastal Highway. Coast TV News reporter Brandon Ferguson is live there. Brandon, we now know the deadly gas came from a boiler.
The Ashore Hotel says after a thorough investigation from the Ocean City building inspector and the Ocean City Fire Department, a ventilation problem with the boiler was to blame for those high levels of carbon monoxide earlier today. The hotel says 4 people had high levels of carbon monoxide in their blood, and the OCFD says those 4 were transported to a local hospital, but they have since been released. And on your screen now, we are going to show you the scene just after 11 a.m. when the leak happened and when people were evacuated. The hotel says everything resumed back to normal at around 1:30 this afternoon. Coast TV spoke with one woman who was staying in the hotel at the time of the leak, and her trip was cut short due to this scary situation.
It was terrible. It was terrible. I wasn't supposed to leave until tomorrow. We're here for a softball tournament for my daughter. We weren't supposed to leave until tomorrow, but I don't feel comfortable staying another night.
And this is important to note, a mass casualty incident was declared for the emergency response here to the Ashore Hotel earlier. Now, a mass casualty incident does not mean there were any deaths. It just means that the patients were outweighed first responders here and their first responders here in Ocean City. And thankfully, all 4 people have since been released from the hospital after this carbon monoxide scare in Ocean City. Live in Ocean City, Brandon Ferguson, Coast TV News.
Carbon monoxide poisoning, it affects the brain and the heart the most. That's according to the Mayo Clinic. The clinic says the symptoms range from headache to nausea, even loss of consciousness. If you think that could be you, the clinic says get fresh air immediately.
Today is day 1 for legal weed sales in Delaware. Over 2 years after the drug itself was made legal, people can now buy it in stores. As Coast TV's Christina DeRobertis explains, for now, a select group of medical marijuana compassion centers, those are leading the rollout.
For the very first time, anyone 21 or older can walk into a Delaware dispensary and legally buy marijuana.
I mean, it's been years. It's way overdue.
11 medical dispensaries, including Thrive Cannabis in Lewis, were given conversion licenses to launch the recreational market.
We've been waiting for quite some time.
Vice President of Retail at Thrive, Tim Rasmussen, says medical patients will still be the priority.
We're not losing sight of the medical community. They still take preference, and we prioritize them when they come here. We don't want them waiting in long lines. But this is an exciting time.
Recreational buyers like Alex Vavrick say the first day delivered.
The vibes were great. Everyone was super excited. Everyone was super helpful. Smooth action. All the transactions and stuff were easy. Everyone was very helpful and knowledgeable.
And Milton local Anne-Marie Brewer says she still worries about the risks of legal weed, but overall, she's glad to see the new market open.
I don't have a problem with it. I mean, as long as people, A, are using it responsibly, and B, not driving under the influence. I do have some concerns about that because it's not as easy to test someone or tell when you're driving. However, I'm not opposed to it.
The state awarded 125 licenses through a lottery last year, but officials say many new shops were not ready to open today. For Coast TV News, I'm Christina DeRobertis.
Although marijuana is now legal in Delaware, the Office of Highway Safety wants to remind you it is still illegal to drive high. If you're caught, you're going to receive the same DUI that a drunk driver would receive.
And this brings us into our Coast TV poll. We want to know what you think about these latest rules.
Let's take a look at the results so far. Well, 66% of people say they're never going to use marijuana even though it's legal. 16% say occasionally, 9% say daily, and 9% say they already used it.
If you want to leave a comment, you can do that. Go to coasttv.com. It's also where you can vote. You can use our mobile app, our mobile app as well, and we'll show you updated results on Coast TV News at 11.
You know who has maps, though? Our chief meteorologist, Paul Williams, as we take a live look into Rehoboth Beach. I know you're going to show us the weather maps in just a little bit, Paul.
Yeah, we will, but we have to show you what the weather maps depict. So it's always good to show a live view and a computer-generated graphic view. Right now, we're looking at a live view in Lewis, for example. Overcast conditions, gray all day long, drizzle and light rain and all that kind of stuff. Just a damp day in general, but we're going to stay in the lower 70s for the rest of this evening. And look at how dramatically we are cooler. We're like 15 degrees cooler in Georgetown and Ocean City. This is just from where we were just yesterday at this exact same time. So where are we in the 60s? Hey, 70 in Milton, but 68 in Redden, Georgetown, Laurel, and Seaford, just as an example how much cooler we are. Dew point temperatures in the 60s as well, so we still have a lot of moisture in the atmosphere, but at least it's not as warm. We do have a rip current statement that's active for Dewey Beach, Lewis, as well as Rehoboth, Bottom Hills, Ocean View, Fenwick Island. So this is talking about dangerous conditions that could pull you much deeper out to sea than you want. And we do have some very gusty winds along the coast as well. So we have a small craft advisory watching out for about 25-mile-per-hour wind gusts. But the cloud cover is plenteous for us right now from a satellite standpoint. And we're going to stay with this thick cloud cover for the rest of the evening going into this weekend. Now, as we go into the weekend, we are expecting for it to clear out for us. As far as tonight is concerned, we'll start as early as 4 o'clock tomorrow morning when we start seeing a little more daylight, so to speak. More on your forecast in a moment. Till then, back to you, Charlie.
Thank you, Paul. From farmland to the beaches, a lot of locals are proud to call Sussex County home. Some say they're just done, though, with development. Coast TV News reporter Emma Aiken is live in Sussex County. Emma, a local petition is now asking the Sussex County Council for a moratorium on development.
Take a look here behind me. What you see is more housing going up here, more development being added to Sussex County. And if you drive around Delmarva, it's what you'll see over and over again, which is good news if you're moving to the area or if you're in the construction industry. But if you already live here, it creates a bit of a different feeling. We spoke with Milford local Julie Morris, who tells us she's frustrated by the speed of growth here on the coast, and so are at least another 2,200 people who have all signed her petition asking Sussex County Council to put a 1-year moratorium on development. In her petition, Morris cites concerns about the environment, preservation of farmland, and overburdened infrastructure. She wants the council to make change.
It's very frustrating that it's in their hands, and they're not doing enough fast enough. We could do the moratorium like that, and then you can spend the next year figuring out what you want to do to change the zoning.
We did reach out to the Sussex County Council, who say they are aware of the petition, but they don't currently have any plans to add it to the agenda. They say they're already working to address growth through the Land Use Working Group. Reporting live here in Sussex County, Emma Aiken, Coast TV News.
New at 6, the Ocean City Beach Patrol has modified surfing restrictions for today only. You can see some of the surf out there right now. Surfers must wear a leash at all times if they're out there and grant the right of way to swimmers and stay more than 50 yards from the nearest beachgoer.
It was homecoming this morning for some of the Chincoteague ponies. Around 10:30, hooves hit the water of the Assateague Channel as the South Herd made their return to Assateague Island. It was the perfect ending to a week-long celebration marking 100 years of pony penning. The North Herd was trailered back yesterday afternoon. The ponies will continue to live on the island until it's time for next year's 101 Pony Swim.
That. A high crash location could possibly be getting a roundabout to ease congestion and improve safety. The roundabout at this area here at Gravel Hill and Sand Hill Road is supposed to be built. DelDOT is hosting a workshop Wednesday, August 13th from 4 to 7 about this. If you can't make it, they will be accepting digital comments through September 19th.
On your screen right now is a map of Delaware House District 20. It covers Milton and parts of Lewis, Harbison, and Georgetown. That's where early voting is taking place for a special election. The Department of Elections says about 26% of registered voters in the 20th, they've already voted. That means over 5,000 people have gone to the polls, and from now until August 3rd, the early voting schedule is 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. There's only 2 early voting locations, though. Pay attention. Those are Lewis Elementary and Mariner Middle School. Actual election day, that's August 5th, with many more polling places open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. For information on the candidates, check out CoastTV.com.
And we are just getting started this evening.
In sports, these East Coast teams looking to punch their ticket into the Eastern National Championship game.
Weekend skies brighten as clouds are going to clear, tracking some below average temperatures over the weekend.
And coming up, a fresh batch of cool things to do to keep summer rolling. Stay with us.
This is Coast TV News at 6.
We have about a month of summer left, but it's not too late to enjoy everything Delmarva has to offer.
Here's Coast TV's Christina DeRobertis with your cool things to do this weekend.
This week, we're going to dive right in, literally, with a Southern Delaware delicacy because Oyster Week is back. Starting Sunday, August 3rd until August 7th, you can taste your way through the coast with locally grown oysters, and it's not just a food fest. This week highlights sustainable farming and those who keep our bays healthy and delicious. Also happening, Rehoboth's signature summer art show returns for its 52nd year. The outdoor fine art and craft show runs both weekend days, featuring more than 100 artists, live music, food, and a Dogfish Head beer garden. More peaches this weekend, this time in Kent County. The annual Peach Festival returns to Wyoming Saturday from 9 to 3. And if you're still in a pony state of mind, the Chincoteague Fireman's Carnival keeps the fun going through Saturday from 7 to 11 p.m. Or you can get a new pet this weekend. The Brandywine Valley SPCA is hosting an adoption event in Rehoboth. It's happening Saturday from 10 to 3 at the Petco on Coastal Highway. You can head to CoastTV.com and click on Cool Things to Do for event details, tickets, and more.
Here's a look at your golf forecast. Listen, tomorrow, actually ideal situation. Excellent. Sunny, comfortable, picture perfect. Well, it stayed a bit drizzly and gray all day long, but fear not, my friend. We will clear up nicely and stay on the cool side over the weekend. Ocean City, dry tech camera, 69 degrees. Winds a little bit on the blustery side, quite frankly, and temperatures in the low 70s. Believe it or not, I'm going to say something I don't typically say at the beginning of August, but it might be a little bit chilly over this weekend. Think about this. For July, half of the days, which is marked in red, were above the norm. Half of the days, or 15, were below the norm, the blue days versus the red days. And then as far as the precipitation is concerned, we really escalated towards the end of the month. You know, on the 27th, we had 1 3/4 and close to that again on the 31st. So we went beyond 3 inches of our normal rainfall total. So we're far from the plague that we had with the dry conditions versus last year versus where we are this year. So things are a lot better from that standpoint. Farmers are surely happy about that. 68 in Georgetown, Laurel, 68, 69 right now, Del Mar. The winds are now pushing out of the north. Now here's how that changes how you feel outside. Since the winds are coming out of the north, this dry, cooler feel will stick around for more days, particularly as the winds are coming out of the north. Another reason why dew point temperatures in the 60s right now, remember they were in the 80s and 70s, drop into the 60s, and we have drier air in the 40s, slowly filtering its way down towards us. So the muggy meter where it should be, the comfy level, for the next 3, perhaps 4 days before we jump back to humid on next Wednesday. So we'll hold off on that. Couple of things to keep in mind. Small craft advisory in effect until Sunday. That's watching out for the winds gusting up to about 25, maybe even up to 30 miles per hour. That includes Ocean City and really all the way towards the Cambridge area. So we have blustery conditions on the beaches. In addition to that, rip current statement for Lewis, Rehoboth, Dewey, Bottom Hills, Ocean View, Fenwick Island, Indian River Inlet, anywhere along the Sussex coast. We're looking out for that situation with rip currents. Now you got to remember about rip currents. That's when you get pulled out a lot deeper than what you expect. So if that happens, remember, don't fight the current, swim parallel to the shore to escape the current. If you can't escape, float, tread water, and if you need help, wave for assistance and try to wear a brightly colored suit so they can see you a little bit easier throughout all those waves. We are cloudy for right now in the upper atmosphere, and the satellite reflection is reflecting that as well. Cold fronts push through, and we're looking for a pocket of cooler and drier air to move into our direction. So this weekend, picture perfect with low humidity. Early next week, dry and pleasant as we slowly creep back into the humidity for next week. But tomorrow is a summer treat. 80 in Lewis, Rehoboth, 78 in Laurel. Quite a treat for us going into Cambridge, and then we're looking forward to stay in the 70s throughout the other part of the area. For the coast, inland, and eastern shore, we stay in the 80s, and nicely done. And as we go into Saturday and Sunday, we continue to stay very clear for us, and the dew point temperatures will stay tapped down so we won't become muggy all of a sudden out of nowhere, and our chance of rain will stay diminished as well till we get into next week. Here's a look at your extended forecast, staying below the norm for a while.
The city of Salisbury has made some changes to its website. According to the city, the new website you see here is user-friendly, intuitive, and provides some comprehensive information for visitors, locals, and business owners. For more information, you can actually visit our website, and we'll talk you through it a little bit more.
And to Cambridge, City Manager Glenn Steckman will have office hours tomorrow, August 2nd at City Hall. He will be available from 9 a.m. to noon. You can either stop by or email him to make an appointment. Glenn says he is looking to make Saturday office hours a monthly occasion for people unable to get to the City Hall during the week.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
What's going on, sports fans? We've got action on the softball diamond. We head over to Henry S. Parker Athletic Complex for USSSA highlights.
It's the South Jersey Heat taking on the New York Lady Rebels. Heat kick things off in the top of the first. Cameron Harry gets an RBI single. Maya Hutchinson comes all the way around from first to score the opening run of the contest. Top two, Heat threatening again, but Hayden Watson fields the grounder right back to her for the final out of the inning, keeping it a 1-0 game. That would come back to help in the bottom of the second as Sofia Pizzella gets all of this rock, crushing it to left field and tying the game at 1 apiece. Bottom three, Lady Rebels up 3-1 now, and Jillian Holmes gets in on the action, driving in a run with this stand-up double. Lady Rebels up 4-1. Rebels try and get more in the inning after the ball is dropped at first, but throw is made to home, and Elizabeth Pelger makes the tag for the final out of the inning. Sienna Garrison hits a homer to left to cut the deficit to 2. Top six, last chance for the Heat with one runner on. This ball is hit deep to center, but Madison Johnson makes the grab, and the Lady Rebels win 4-2.
That's all for us for now. Have a great night, everybody.
The city of Rehoboth Beach will unveil a new historical marker at a ceremony the morning of August 5th at 9 a.m. at the Beach Patrol. This one denoting the Beach Patrol's long history. Mayor Stan Mills says it's an honor to receive the state historical designation.
In Laurel, right now, we're at 68 degrees. We'll drop and stay in the upper 60s to low 70s thanks to the thick cloud cover we have overnight. Our skeeter meter from Active Pest Solutions indicating we're going to have moderate activity with the mosquitoes, so since it's not so humid, shouldn't be so bad. Our umbrella giveaway winner is Lisa Ludenslager of Millsboro. Congratulations, courtesy of Paul Davis Restoration. Keep up with your forecast with our weather line, sponsored by the law offices of Brockstead, Mandalis, and Federico. And finally, here's a look at your exclusive 10-day forecast. We're going to be really cool over the weekend. Overnight, you might just want to cut that air conditioner off and save yourself a few coins.
All right, Paul, thank you, and thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 6.
For more news, more local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
The NBC Nightly News is up next.
And we'll see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 11. Have a great evening.